Hello there, everybody. It is newtonkinz here, and I'm here today with, I don't know which Webkinz this is. I'm here with Bella. Yeah. Let me start that over. Hey guys, it is newtonkinz here, back today with Bella, the Boston Terrier, and I'm doing another DIY because the other one was so popular. Like, it even got featured on Webkinz News, and it's the most popular video on my channel. So, you guys seem to like that stuff. So this DIY is good for people with multiples of one Webkinz, which the reason I have Bella with me is because I have multiples of the Boston Terrier. There's all of my Bostons for you. I have 3 of them. Now the reason this is for people with multiples is because it is usually very hard to tell multiples apart. I mean, now, if you're like me, you can usually find slight differences, and it's usually pretty easy to tell them apart. I mean, I don't really have trouble with that. I don't know which Webkinz this is. Right? Maybe? But even if you just want to give your Webkinz some personality and be able to easily tell them apart instead of looking at their tush tag or looking at the stripe on their face or whatever, then this is for you. Today I'll be making very simple and easy DIY collars or necklaces for your Webkinz. Yes, I know there are plenty of DIYs for Webkinz necklaces out there and all that stuff, but these are really simple and, I mean, they're easy and fun. You don't have to use this if you don't want to, or if you have a better DIY somewhere, then use that, but here's how I do it. So for this I'm going to need 3 different colors or styles of ribbon, which I have like these small little ribbon things that I just got at the store today. They're all music related, because, you know, music for life. But, I mean, it can be any thickness or any length, whatever. I will say the smaller ones are better for smaller regulars and littlekins, not so much for signatures, because they can get buried underneath the fur and whatnot. And the bigger ones, obviously, are probably better for signatures and the bigger regulars, so decide based on that. And then I just have some black thread here. You can also use hot glue if you'd like, or like even just tie the necklace together when you're done, but I actually don't know where my hot glue gun went, so yeah. If you're doing this, or even if hot glue or whatever, please use adult supervision. Needles are sharp, obviously, and, you know, you don't want to get hurt or anything. And then I just have like some little charms here. They're all roses. If you're doing these, you'll probably need either hot glue or, you know, needle and thread. But these are just to help tell them apart. Like, if you only have one kind of ribbon, you can also use these to tell your Webkinz apart. I just find that, you know, different ribbon also helps. You're, of course, going to need scissors to cut the ribbon with, and a Webkinz to measure. Now, these are duplicate Webkinz, so you probably won't only need to measure once, but if there's anything where, like, one Webkinz is significantly larger than the other for some random reason, then measure twice, please. The first thing I like to do is, like, lay everything out and decide which Webkinz gets each extra and ribbon type. So, this is for Grayson. I'm going to use that for Bella. And finally, this for Osiris. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go around the neck of one of your Webkinz with the ribbon. If you are tying the ends together, like when you go to put the necklace together, you're going to want to make it a little bit longer than the actual, like, circumference of their neck. And even if you're, like, just sewing or hot gluing it together, still make it a bit longer just in case, because you can always take ribbon off, but you cannot add on. So I'm going to say that this is about good for what I need. And then you're going to take your scissors and just cut about right there. And set that aside. So I went ahead and I cut the other 2 types of ribbon to the same size about. If you have a Webkinz, like, that has an abnormally large or small head, you're going to want to, like, actually measure the Webkinz. But for the most part, you should be able to just go based off the first piece of ribbon that you cut. If you're going to tie the ribbon around your Webkinz neck in the end, then you really don't have a problem, because you can just simply do that, and they're done. And it comes off easily too, you don't have to tie it very tight. But if you're sewing or hot gluing like I am, then you're going to want to pay very close attention to this part. You're going to want to make sure the ribbon is able to go around your Webkinz head easily, so you can take it on and off. So if I put these end to end, I need to be able to get it off by slipping it over her head, if that makes sense. Now this is good. If you need to cut longer ribbon, then do so, because it'll be worth it in the long run. Trust me. When you go to sew or hot glue your ribbon together, you want to make sure you do it at the very tips of the ribbon to allow for adequate room so that you can make sure it fits over your Webkinz head when you're done. Now, take your time on this, because if you mess up, then you're going to have to start all over. And then when you're done, you want to make sure that it can go over your head, or you can just tie it. This is a little loose, but that's okay. You can always tighten it up in the back if you need to. It's your Webkinz, do what you want with it, guys. Now as for the accents, when sewing on or hot gluing on the accents or extras, I typically like to do it along the seam of the original necklace just to make things prettier in the end. Take your time on this or else they could fall off, which you don't want to have to redo this. And here are the final results.
Like I'm alive again.
So when you go to sew or hot glue your ribbon together, you want to make sure that you do it at the very tip of the ribbons. You evil child, you.